Ellie woke up early on the 4th of July, her favorite day of summer. She could already hear the neighborhood buzzing with excitement. Red, white, and blue streamers danced in the wind outside her window. Today, she wasn't just going to watch the parade. She was going to march in it with her school's band. Ellie put on her blue marching band uniform and grabbed her shiny trumpet. She had practiced for weeks. As she joined her friends at the park, her heart thumped like a drum. The parade was about to start. Crowds lined the streets, waving flags and cheering. Before the band began marching, Ellie spotted her Grandpa Joe in the crowd. He wore his old army hat and waved proudly. "Play loud and proud, Ellie," he called. Grandpa Joe was a veteran, and he always told her stories about what freedom meant. Ellie smiled and gave him a salute. The drums rolled, and the parade began. Ellie marched down Main Street playing the Star-Spangled Banner. Fire trucks, floats, and dancers filled the street. Everyone clapped along, waving their flags high in the air. As Ellie played, she noticed something unusual. A float shaped like a giant book rolled by. On the side it read, "Travel through time, American history comes alive." Suddenly the book creaked open, and a glowing light spilled out. Before she could blink, Ellie felt a tug. Whoosh, she was pulled inside the glowing book. When she opened her eyes, she wasn't in her town anymore. She was standing in Philadelphia in 1776. Ellie looked around and saw men in wigs and old-fashioned clothes. "Excuse me," she said nervously. A tall man turned to her. It was Thomas Jefferson. "You must be the visitor from the future," he said kindly. "Would you like to see the signing of the Declaration of Independence?" Ellie followed Jefferson into a large hall. Inside, famous figures like Benjamin Franklin and John Adams were gathered around a big piece of paper. "We believe all people deserve freedom," Adams said. Ellie listened carefully, amazed to see history happening right before her eyes. As the men discussed liberty, Ellie raised her hand. "Excuse me, but what about women and people who weren't free back then?" The room went quiet. Franklin nodded. "Good question, young lady. The journey toward full freedom takes time and many brave voices, like yours." Ellie smiled. Even back then, her voice mattered. Suddenly, the glowing book appeared again. "Time to return," said Jefferson. "Tell your world that freedom must be protected, shared, and celebrated by all." Ellie stepped into the light, clutching a small replica of the Declaration Franklin had handed her. Whoosh! Ellie landed back on the parade route just as the last float passed. Her trumpet still in hand, she ran to catch up with her band. That night, as fireworks painted the sky in red, white, and blue, Ellie stood beside Grandpa Joe. She told him everything. "You saw history with your own eyes?" he asked, amazed. Ellie nodded. "And I promised to keep the dream of freedom alive for everyone." Understanding history helps us value freedom, and it's our responsibility to make sure it includes all people, everywhere.